And I don't like people to just give me sympathy. I don't like it, like when people are like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's no, stop it.
I got cystic fibrosis. See, I've got cystic fibrosis.
Show me how to get to know someone like you, someone like you. I want you to know me, 'cause I know then you'll see we can be true, we can be true. I want you to see what I see in us, something so real, something so real. I want you to see that this is a love that we both feel, that we both feel. And how will we ever know if the love will ever grow without trying, without trying? And how will we ever see if we are meant to be? It's terrifying, it's terrifying.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another week. This week is, I think, week 4, and it is how CF affects you mentally. And I don't know, we'll see what I had to say. I'm in the process, oh my gosh, in the process of leaving work right now. I'm going home a little bit early, not feeling the greatest today. I had a friend come in from out of town and we worked out this past weekend, so I then went ahead and worked out the first 2 days of the week like I normally would, and I think I overtrained. So if you guys are working out a lot and you don't eat like you're supposed to, your body can't recover as well, as fast as it should, and therefore you get overtraining symptoms like I feel nauseous today, my nose is running last night, just kind of feel like I have a little bit of a cold, if that makes sense. Just really fatigued, and that's how I know that I probably messed up, is I usually do 2 days on at the gym, 1 day off. But that's overtraining and it sucks. So I'm gonna wait till I get home, and then we can talk about how CF affects me mentally and kind of my view on that topic. See you guys in a minute. All right, guys, home. It is so hot outside. It's like 105, 106 degrees. Oh, it's bad. But let's talk about the topic at hand, and that is how CF affects us mentally. So this is a really interesting topic. I don't think I like this topic, and that's because my view on it, and I'll explain why. But hopefully what I'm gonna try to tell you guys is what happens to me and how tips on how I've found to overcome my depressing thoughts, I guess you'd say, or my negative mentality about CF. So, you know, I think it's really funny the way we think, and seeing the guys and the girls on this channel do these videos, because guys usually think very logically, right? It's like we're usually the fix-it people. So if we have an issue or there's a barrier in front of us, we're like, okay, great, there's a barrier, there's an issue, what can we do to overcome it? And we immediately start thinking about how we can get around this issue. Where a lot of women, you know, they're more emotionally attached to something, or their mindsets. And there's a funny video, so it's more about relationships, but it's called Nail in the Head, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But it's about this this woman in a relationship. She's a nail in her head, and you know, she's like, I just don't know what to do. I had a bad day, and it's just this pain in my head, and I can't get over it. And you know, her boyfriend or her husband, whoever is in the relationship's like, I just feel like we can take the nail out of your head, and it would solve all your problems. She's like, it's not about the nail. So anyway, if you guys haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually really funny, really accurate. But that's more about relationships, but it trails into life, the way we think about life. And the way I say that is because this is the same way with CF to me. You know, it's something we have. You know, we can't fix it, we can't cure it. We have it. You know, why spend so much of your time throwing a pity party or thinking down on yourself or comparing yourself to others over something you can't fix, right? And my grandpa's always told me, if you can't fix it, you don't have control over it, don't stress over it, move on to the next thing. And that's easier said than done, I get that, don't get me wrong. The first time I've really kind of had a slap in the face mentally with CF is when I was a little kid. I think I was in elementary school, and I had a schoolmate say, you know, she didn't even know me that well, but she said, hey, I heard you're gonna die when you're 16. And I said, I didn't know what she was talking about, you know. And I said, okay, you know, watch me when I'm 16. And when I turned 16, even when I turned 17, she was still in my grade, you know, my school, and that felt pretty good. But it was something that bothered me, but I never gave it too much of a thought. I've always used negative things about CF or negative thoughts about CF, and I flipped it and used it for motivation and drive. And that's what I did there. You know, I didn't rub it in her face when I turned 16. I didn't rub it in her face when I turned 17. But it was just good to feel, you know. I just kept it to myself. But anyway, that's the first instance, you know. And then I went in the hospital when I was in college, and that was just a huge impact on my life. That's when I really started having down thoughts, because even when I was in the hospital, I always thought, it doesn't matter, I'll get over this, I'm gonna get out of here, I'm gonna go party with my friends, go have fun. And that was my mindset the whole time until my friends started graduating. And they were gonna graduate, they were gonna move away, and my family was gonna move away down to Florida and stuff, and I was just kind of stuck there in limbo, like, what do? I'm not well enough to work, I'm not well enough to go to school, and all I knew was the hospital. And so that's really when I started having negative thoughts, but through that experience, I learned how to control that. And yes, I'm more anxious now than I've ever been in my life. I can get anxiety pretty easily, especially when I get sick. I'm scared of heights now, I don't know why. I've never been scared of heights as a kid. I was invincible, I'd go on roller coasters, all kinds of stuff. And now I'll do it, but I don't enjoy it. And it's just like, I'm scared of heights. I can just look down and just picture myself falling or tunnel vision or whatever it may be. And that stuff has been a result from the hospitals and my lung function getting worse. So that has affected me. But when I have thoughts today, you know, that are like, oh, this is so frustrating. For example, I might be at the gym and my muscles aren't giving out, but my lungs are. So I have to stop lifting or stop running on the treadmill or whatever it may be, not because my body physically is tired, such as like my lungs, or it is my lungs, but my muscles, it's because I can't breathe anymore. I have to stop and rest. And that's so frustrating to me, because that's not how it used to be when I was young, right? And you know, that's when our thoughts are like, dang it, why is this happen to us? Why are we like this? And as soon as I start to get those negative thoughts, I just immediately now throw myself into another direction. So I either throw myself into a project, like apps wise, you guys know I make apps. I either start designing an app, start a new idea for an app, or work on the projects I already have. I might throw myself into YouTube a lot. So not just funny videos or anything like that, but more inspirational videos. I like, so for example, like Christian Guzman, he's a fitness guy. Started out doing fitness videos, but now he does the lifestyle vlogs. He started his own company, started his clothing line, and just films every day with him and his friends and bettering himself each day, and this is what he films about. I like people like that to watch on YouTube that really make me feel like, okay, I can overcome this. There's tons of other people that have had hurdles in life that they overcome, and I like to do that. I like to totally flip my mindset into something more positive, more motivating, more inspirational. Or I look back, you know, I'm very thankful for having this drive and the mindset that I do, and I look back on what I've overcome. You know, I've been really sick before and thought I was gonna die at least a few times, and now I'm making abs. I have a career. I've go to the gym often. I built my body up to look like a body that a lot of normal people or people without CF don't even look like. You know, I'm proud of stuff like that, and I'll look back and just kind of remind myself, hey, you know, you've done a lot. Like, you've done a lot, even though you're sick or even though you have these bad days. And I just try to do more of that, try to redirect my attention. You know, I find myself, if I start to watch TV to try to take my mind off things, my mind starts to wander away again. And that's when I realized, you know, I need to do something that keeps my mind engaged and keeps my creativity going, and to just not just sit there and think, or not let myself sit there and ponder the what ifs or why me or any of that. I know a lot of people tend to do that, and it's hard to escape, and I just don't think having the, every once in a while I guess it's okay, but having the pity parties just don't get you anywhere, you know. And everyone has hurdles in life, and everyone has obstacles. You know, we have CF, that's what we deal with. Yeah, maybe it's harder for us than some people, but that doesn't mean that we can be stopped. That doesn't mean we can't do anything in life. You know, you might not be able to work at all, you might not be able to go to school, but if you're sitting at your house and you like to draw, you like to paint, you like to put stuff together, you know, whatever it may be, there's stuff you can do at your house. And open up your Etsy shop, open up eBay thing. You're like, there's just so much stuff you can still do, even though you feel like you can't get out of the house and do stuff. And it doesn't have to be for money, you know. You can do stuff to help other people, do stuff to inspire people, do Instagram, do a lot of social media. There's just so many things I think that we kind of look over because we're too concentrated on one thing, such as being sick that day, or feeling like we can't do anything, or feeling like we're really tiny in the world. And it just takes a little patience and a little motivation and just some thinking to really overcome that type of stuff. So anyway, guys, like I said, this topic's just weird for me. When I start to have negative thoughts, or I start to see an issue, I immediately say, okay, how can I fix it? How can I overcome this? And that's just how I've kind of like grown accustomed to. So yeah, I still have negative thoughts, but I just don't let myself dwell on them very much. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. I hope that guys gives you tips. I know it's a lot easier said than done, and I know some people really struggle with the whole CF thing, and mentally, and they feel like they just can't get over that hump because they keep getting sick and stuff. And it sucks. I get it, guys. I've been there. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to comment down below. So hopefully not too many hateful comments, because yeah, I know I say like pity parties are a waste of time, and thinking negatively doesn't really get you anywhere. But if you choose to have a pity party, or you want to vent, find somebody that's your close friend, a family member, whatever, and vent to them. That's so helpful, I think, you know. And I don't like people to just give me sympathy. I don't like it, like when people are like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's no, stop it. Just talk with me about what's bothering me. You know, ask why. Ask what can you do. Give me some solutions. Give me some possibilities. I know not everybody thinks like this, but I don't like the whole like people trying to say, oh, they understand and it must be hard. Like, yeah, I freaking get it. It's hard. Obviously, I'm struggling. Like, it's hard. I know. You don't have to tell me it's hard, but talk to me about it. Ask me more questions about how I'm feeling. Ask how, in the past, how I get over this. Ask me about what I want to do in the future. Ask me stuff that like redirects my mind and lets me get my emotions and my thoughts off of my mind, but in a more creative way that's not just as if I was talking to a wall. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Some people really want to hear that. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That must be really tough. Like, okay, everybody in life gets it tough, you know? Anyway, that's just not what I want to hear. I want to hear more creative stuff, more engaging discussions about my thoughts and why I feel down that day or whatever. But anyway, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with me. I don't know if this is what you guys wanted to hear. Like I said, this is a topic I don't know if I like or not. I have it, but I deal with it in a different way. I know that. But anyway, guys, that's this week's video. Hope that can be helpful. Hope you guys can able to redirect your thoughts in a more creative way. I think something good can come out of it. CF does suck, but it is a blessing in disguise in some parts of our lives, guys. Just kind of constantly remind yourself of that. We see stuff so differently from a lot of other people. We get to experience stuff that a lot of other people don't experience. And you know, a lot of people are locked up a lot in the hospital or at home, and because of that, I mean, I think some CFers are some of the most creative people I've ever seen as far as art goes, whether it be music, painting, drawing, crafts, anything. Like, we have a lot of time on our hands to really use our brain and our imagination, and that's awesome. So I hope this video helps you guys. I will see you guys next week, next Thursday. Don't even know what the topic is. I think it's how CF affects our partners, maybe. But anyway, you guys will find out. All right. Hashtag stay salty, guys.
See, I've got cystic fibrosis.